Hello, welcome to another JPC tutorial video. Today, we will be going over how to edit packages using Premiere Pro. Let's get into it.
Thank you for joining us on our Premiere Pro tutorial 2024. This is brought to you by the JPC. I will be narrating this tutorial. My name is Margaret. To start off, I would like you to take your external hard drive or the SD card with all of the footage that you have recorded for your package and plug it into your computer or monitor, whatever you are using to edit. Download it and create a new folder inside of your desktop or wherever you would like to save these files. Export from your external hard drive into the folder you have just created on your desktop. Label it however you would like. Then after that, after you have those two different files saved of the same footage, you can eject your hard drive, and that will be your just-in-case footage. Now that you have all of your footage onto your computer, you can open Premiere Pro. In Premiere Pro, you will come across the screen that says the project name, the project location, and what footage or items you would like to import into it. So the project name, we're going to start off with testing package number 1, because this is a tutorial and we're going to show you how to do it. Now, the project location, I would recommend putting it into the folder with the footage or making even a separate folder inside of that folder to make sure that all of this whole project is in one area. So after you do that and you make sure that the project location is going to where you want it to go, the name is correct, you can start importing footage. You do not have to import footage right away during this. You can import it after you open the project. But I will do it just for us, all right? So we'll add a recording, create. So now we have a whole layout on here. My workspace looks a little bit different than your workspace if you had just opened this program for the first time. I have it set up in a way that I like to edit my programs. You do not have to do it the same way. All of these different sources, groups, tools on the Premiere Pro page might look a bit overwhelming at first, but once you look into the nitty-gritty and understand what each program is for, you can understand which way you would want to visualize your editing. So in the beginning, I have the project files in the top left corner, and in the middle, I'll have the source. So the source is the project that you want to look at before you even put it into your timeline, so you can decide what parts that you'd want to clip out. Then you have the program right next to the source, and the program is actively what is in the timeline. If you press play in the program, it'll play in the timeline. Below the program, underneath all of that, you have the giant timeline. So the timeline is at the bottom. You're more than welcome to move things around and just drag and drop, and it will slowly understand where it wants you to take it. Next to the timeline, you have all of the tools, and on the other side, you have the audio. So the levels for what you're playing. So now we understand how Premiere Pro looks and how you as an editor can decide how you want it to look. From this, we would want to add more content, more footage to our timeline to create our package. So we're going to go into the top left corner. We're going to go all the way down into import. The new file, the Finders folder will pop up, and you can click on whatever you need to import. So I'm going to click on this, hit import. So now we have it in our project folder. From this, we can move it into our timeline, or we can leave it in there and add more. Or if you want to just drag and drop some footage into the project folder on Premiere, you're welcome to do that as well from Finder. If you want a shorter clip from a longer footage, so you have a 10-minute video and you only want 2 minutes of it, drag and drop it into the source box on your program. And from that, you can use the 2 brackets called mark in and mark out, and you can mark in and out what piece of the footage you would like to import into the timeline. So once you have the in and out marked, you can press the import below, insert below, and it'll automatically go to your timeline. On the left side of the timeline is where I have the tools. From the tools, we have the selection tool, which is just our mouse, where we can click and drag the footage or recordings wherever we need. The other tools that we'll need are the razor tool. If you just want to press C on an Apple computer, that'll work for you as well to get that tool. And you can easily cut footage down. We also use the type tool in this, which just allows different text to be put onto the footage pretty easily. All right, so now the sequence is set. We have our package in the right order. We're going to check audio. Once we hear the audio, we can see the audio meters going up and down. We want to make sure that the peak of our audio clips is around -6. In order to keep audio levels from going above -6, we want to right-click on the audio track that we want to control, scroll down and select audio gain. It'll take you to this little window where you can adjust the gain, click on normalize max peak, and type in -6. After that, hit OK. Now when we play it back, our audio won't go above -6. If the 2 green bars aren't synchronized, go to the AV effects panel in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen and type in the search bar fill. An option called fill left with right will appear. Drag that over the audio track, and now the audio channels should be the same level. If you used 2 different mic recordings for a video, one channel will be your shotgun mic and one will be your lav or stick mic. These 2 mics will record on different audio channels, CH1 and CH2. Your handheld or lav mic will pick up your vocals, while your shotgun will record the nat sound. This can affect how these recordings can sound in the left and right speakers. For a more visual of separate recordings, in the preview source, click the audio symbol to separate the audio from the video and import the audio onto the track. Now there are 2 tracks of the same audio to make the sound fuller. To also change the volume of a track, just use the white bar in the center and drag up or down for lower or higher volume. Again, before you're finished, save the project and add just a little pad at the end of the package. Now, once all of your clips are in the proper sequence, you've added lowers, you've adjusted levels, and you've watched it through, you're ready to export. Exporting is a beast and a half, all right? So if we want to export not using our Premiere Pro program, which means that we can continue to edit as something is exporting if we use Media Encoder instead of Premiere. Add brackets to the beginning and the end of the sequence. Once everything is highlighted and you want in the video, go to File, Export, Export to Media Encoder, and this will open the Media Encoder program. Select the format you would like your package to be exported in. If you are uploading to Premiere, you will select the MXF file 1920 x 1080p, 25 frames per second. Once you've selected the proper settings, press the export button. It is a green play button at the top right-hand corner. You can also save the file where you would like by clicking on the text of the project in Media Encoder. Once you are done exporting, check that it is in Finder and you can upload it to Premiere or put it on your hard drive. And now you are ready for the real world in package making.
And that's all for today's video tutorial. If you have any questions, please stop by the JPC office in Walker Building room 631. We would be happy to provide any further assistance. Thank you for watching and have a wonderful day.